It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
I lied to him is insane. I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad line.
Give them their freedom for now. If they prove later they can't handle it, impose restrictions.
And how many lives will be lost if they fail? With the veil broken, the threat of possession.
That's fair.
You were there, Seeker. Why didn't you intervene?
While
I know
did
you
not
wouldn't have.
completely
I definitely know
agree
you
with
wouldn't
the decision, I supported. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
Okay, at least she's understanding.
Pragmatism speaks. Here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Yeah, I know.
Closing the breach
But
is
still,
not
not everybody's like that, you know what I mean? I can't just be like, yo, like, you know what I mean? I get it. Like, I definitely get it. And I know I'm being less than realistic, but I don't know, bro. I just can't. I don't know, bro. I just can't, like, put handcuffs on a whole group of people because of one person's actions. You know what I mean? I know, but like it's like if them, nobody has time management. I mean, time management. That's crazy. Nobody has time magic like them. Like, you know what I mean? Bro, you know what I mean, bro. That's the same thing. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I do get it. Like, if Superman went bad, of course you would want to arrest all Kryptonians. You know what I mean? But like, but not every Kryptonian is General Zod. Sure, not every Kryptonian might be Kal-El, but still, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Like, I definitely get it, and it'd be more reasonable to take them as prisoners. I know, but that's what I know, bro. I know. Her mages, which is what he was the leader of, or took over type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, oh, oh. But I mean, hey, Solus approved it, so you know.
I got a taste of the consequences if we fail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We will not fail.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One
I
battle
really
at a
like
time.
Dorian.
It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room.
Kind of wish the next game would be about him and not Solus.
None of this
Loki.
means anything without your mark, after all.
There goes my nap.
Thank you. I'd be honored to help with the plan.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
I must admit, I'm surprised.
We both saw what could happen, what this Elder One and his cult are trying to do. Not everything from Tevinter is terrible. Some of us have fought for eons against this sort of madness. It's my duty to stand with you. That future will not come to pass.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
Cassandra do not like me at all right now, bro. I know she's dumb muted. She about to turn her taunt off.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement. The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them it is a necessary one as well. I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who was she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corbin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
Damn, I kind of want to keep doing.
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power instead of comforting the masses.
Alright, let me go back into my stream, see what you wrote. It's gotta be annoying because he's pretty naive. Yeah, I'm dumb as shit. It's okay.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of
I'm not gonna lie, we
shared
look cute
customs.
together.
That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
She's mad pretty. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants. To
Viviana?
secure peace in
That
the
sounds
world.
mad familiar. That's probably who I... Ooh. Oh, yes. You already know, baby.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Arlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
Well, that is, really, you give me too much credit. While you're here, I do have a question.
Yeah.
The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
Uh-uh.
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I honestly don't claim to be a holy. Like, to be really honest with you. It's either top left or top or bottom right. Yeah, like not really like I'm not a hero, but like I ain't like, you know what I mean? But I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of saying I don't know. Like after going through that, I feel like I should have some type of, you know what I mean, standing ground. Story wise, I feel like the main character should know, you know, what he feels. I'm just saying I don't know.
I don't know if a miracle from Andraste saved me any more than they do.
Yet
That's
as
mad
rumors
boring.
your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
No, I ain't done with you, baby. Let's talk.
Greetings.
Ah, you whack.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Lady Drummond promised a visit. She has useful resources if we can get her to set aside her games.
What are her politics?
Oh, no, I meant actual games. Chess, cards, dice, little boards with carved idols from the winter. She made me play that with her for 8 hours once. Steer her towards cards, if she insists on a match. Good day to you.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
You must have an opinion of Dorian.
Who hasn't? The man could cause a scene standing quietly in the center of an empty room. Still, I do believe he has your best interests at heart, for all that he delights in mocking them from time to time.
I'd love to know how you and Sarah get along.
I know she extracts gossip from the servants, and she keeps...
Oh, I've seen this one. I heard this one.
Sarah's ability to vanish whenever her mystery is discovered must come in handy, however, I'm sure.
What do you think of Sir Blackwall?
Sir Blackwall seems as loyal to the purpose of the Inquisition as he is to the Wardens. His travels must have taken him strange places. I wish he'd speak more about them. We'll speak later then.
No, I know. But it said speak to the messenger, and I don't. Oh, you really heard that? I forgot. I forgot you can hear shit. I'm trying to speak to that messenger. Oh, that's the warm up? Really? Hmm. I like this one. Cause I already gather coin. Hmm.
Let's see what we have.
To work?
Let us begin.
I don't know if I want to do this, or hook. Yeah, let me get this. I'll get that. Oh yeah, bonus to guard is really good. Mm. Oh, these are great. Oh my gosh. So half of the damage that they do to Cassandra will be hit back at them. And this one, it's when she taunts somebody, is more damage to them. But she can taunt a whole crew thanks to this one. Oh, bro, it's just tough. It's tough, 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 tough. Oh. Damn, dude. These two are crazy. I'm gonna do this. Oh, is he also Sword and Shield? I need like a full tree reveal, okay, of DAV. I mean, it kind of is, but. I want to get to that very badly. Damn, Rare didn't get nothing. I should have brought him. Oh, what am I doing?
The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear or death.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
Yeah, I seen that dude. I was tempted to talk to him because of the way he looks, but.
You're not planning assassinations, are you?
I was planning to unleash Josephine on them. She kills with kindness. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
I'll leave you to your work.
How many people?
I've got a message when you have the time.
Mm-hmm.
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
What can your Bull's chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Valroyo. We've got references. You lead a company yourself, right? So you know talk is cheap. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull? He's a Canary like you.
Oh.
He's big, he's got the horns, and All of it. From the front. He pays well and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick his side.
Bro, it's so. No, I mean. Bro, I wish I could clip that. That's mad funny.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work. He also really hates Tevinter. He's been itching for a good chance to take on these Venatori cultists.
Yo, who was it that was who was it that like had beef with the Venatori? Which faction is it that had beef with the Venatori in a new game?
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Alright, talk to all my companions first before I do all that.
How about nails? Can Harry at least get me a few nails?
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. Just be the other side of Haven. Just in case.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are alright. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on. Something you want?
I'll be back if I need you.
Just returning the cups, Visser. Thank you for bringing us drinks.
I like when they play music.
I mean, it was all bad. But red lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
The Inquisition has the numbers to track down all this lyrium and destroy it.
I hope so. I don't want to think about what happens if it starts a plague. I've got people trying to
Eric's
find
mad
out where
handsome, I'm not gonna lie.
stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
We can't know what's coming. Best not to get too comfortable.
I can't disagree with that. But maybe you should try to relax while you can. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
That's the thing, though. I can't even say chunky because, like, he just looks built. Like, you know what I mean? I think all dwarves are like that because they're short. They gotta, you know what I mean? They're kind of forced to be, I guess, in a way, chunky. But like, they're not like gnomes like in BG3 where you can be all scrawny and mad tiny. My man is soulless.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Dorian was sure. Impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witness.
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront. What can I do for you?
We'll talk later.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Answer. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
Oh.
What would be wrong with that exactly?
Nothing, at first. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
Oh, nope.
Some more than others.
Some people have superior taste. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
I'm getting the impression you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
It just seems so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters. I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
We just did.
Yes, everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Ooh. Hold on.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
I find it strange that your mages don't rule anything at all. Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium.
It'd be so interesting to be a Qunari mage in this game.
Convenient technicality.
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later. Lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Yes. Technically, he can overrule rules passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule, then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically. The potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing?
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
But let me ask you something else.
Of course.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah, that is true.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves.
You think slaves like it that way? Don't be ridiculous.
I didn't say they like it. It's all most of them know. In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family.
I see.
Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
Yeah, so sometimes I get it. So like sometimes that's a weird outlook on slavery, like, you know what I mean? Because like if you're like homeless, kind of like what you were saying before, if you're homeless and shit, like you could, you know, be a slave and end up working for, who knows, you could be in a good family home, treated well. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the way that you just get yourself into a home, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. It's just that when you hear the word slave, it just has all these negative connotations. But here, that's not always the case, which I get it. That's yeah. Yeah, like you're not being, you know, kidnapped and shit. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? You're not forced to be a slave and being like, you know, punished all day if you don't work. Sometimes you just, but yeah, like a butler. Yeah, like now that I think about it, like a butler and maid, aren't they technically slaves? If you, I mean, I don't know. No, I mean, you face a sacrifice. I was like, you sign up, and if you ain't read what for, you dead. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so slavery could legitimately pass as like a lifestyle for some people, which is like, you know what I mean? You know, like you work, you know, to keep yourself fed or be fed, things like that. But none of it is just from your own accord. Somebody else is doing it. But in order to receive that, you're working for them. Servants are very common slave jobs. Yeah, cleaners, servants, yeah, like maids and, yeah, maids and butlers, yeah. And they don't have to be like, you know what I mean? It's not like you get punished if you don't do what you want. You know what I mean? It's just like having a house person there. But they work with you, live with you. You know, you can take care of them. It's like if I had my butler, if I was really